Advanced Residential Applications and Case Study, Chapter 12, Case Study on Challenging Market Conditions. Page 9, Issue Number 1. Your client requires a market value opinion. One of the reoccurring themes in most market value definitions are the words typical and normal. The appraiser must make sure he or she is operating in this typical/normal mode, which means that the appraiser will often ignore what is important to the particular parties in a particular property transaction. Consider the following definition of market value, which is used in federally regulated residential transactions. Definition of market value: the most probable price which a property should bring in a competitive and open market under all conditions requisite to a fair sale. The buyer and seller each acting prudently and knowledgeably, and assuming the price is not affected by undue stimulus. Implicit in this definition is the consummation of a sale as of a specified date and the passing of title from seller to buyer under conditions whereby: Number 1, buyer and seller are typically motivated. Number 2, both parties are well informed or well advised, and each acting in what he or she considers his or her own best interest. Number 3, a reasonable time is allowed for exposure in the open market. Number 4, payment is made in terms of cash in US dollars or in terms of financial arrangements comparable thereto. And number 5, the price represents the normal consideration for the property sold unaffected by special or creative financing or sales concessions granted by anyone associated with the sale. Although Mr. McManus is not your client, you are appraising a property which is being improved, developed, built to his particular specifications, and he has ascribed or will ascribe certain values to the components of the property as improved and to the property overall as improved. But you must think beyond and even in spite of Mr. McManus as you develop your market value opinions. Because you are required to develop your opinion in terms of typical buyers and sellers who are typically motivated, well-informed, acting in their own best interests, etc. If Mr. McManus was acting in his own best interest, without the guaranteed safety net of Assembly Solutions buying out his interest in the home if his contract were not renewed, he might not be willing to spend upwards of $1 million on a 10,000 square foot recreation and entertainment complex. He would probably be thinking more along the lines of, how likely am I to get my money back out of this thing? What is the complex likely to be worth to a typical buyer in terms of contributory value? Let's say that the bid to build the recreation and entertainment complex is $835,000, and a close scrutiny of the contractor's cost and profit figures show that everything is in order. Does that $835,000 cost to build have anything to do with the contributory value of the complex in this market? No. The cost information is important to you. It's true. But at best, it's in terms of contributory value, cost information is simply a starting point as you seek to determine the impact this complex has on the overall market value of the property. End of page.